What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of the Swagcast. I'm so excited to present the first episode of the Swagcast to you, and I have a superstar first guest. I have the megastar of Twitch UFC himself, the face of the primetime commentary team, Mr. JayDimeTV. How the fuck we doing, Jay?
Man, I'm doing great, and I'm not gonna lie, I do like that intro. You did a great job. Listen, the only thing better you could have said is not an influencer, but the influence. That's the only thing better you could have said.
You kind of are the influence. That was your stream title the other day. Shout out Trey. So, all right. So we know you're a streamer. We know you're the face of primetime. And I want to get to all of that.
Okay.
But I want to start with Baby Jay. I want to talk about Baby Jay. How was it growing up? And I believe without doxing you, Washington, right?
Listen. No, I was telling you I was born by the stadium. I'm from PG County, Maryland. That's where I'm from. That's where the stadium is. I was born in front of FedEx Field. That's why I be trying to tell you, me being a Washington fan is in my genetic makeup, Swaggy.
Okay, so off rip already rooting for the Commanders here. That's a bad way to start off life. So like as a child, I'm assuming you did athletics. What kind of sports were you into?
I played football. I did taekwondo, and that was my everything. Like, those two were like my everything growing up.
So I actually didn't know you did taekwondo.
Yeah, I did.
What like is the highest level you got to in taekwondo?
A second-degree black belt.
So you can whoop somebody's ass.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying I can kick pretty good. If you know, you know.
I'm like, I like wish you had a heavy bag right there so we could see some like GSP kicks. Like,
Hold on. Listen, I'm gonna just throw some low side kick for you. All right, can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
All right, I just do a little kick for you. I just do a little kick for you. That's it. But yeah, I did a little bit growing up.
The leg extension on that was crazy. the muscles flexing from the knee.
Yeah, I don't talk about that much, Swaggy.
Nah, goddamn, like whoop somebody's ass. I'm happy we haven't gotten you in any influencer kickboxing matches because somebody would die on the other side. So you did taekwondo. That's actually very interesting to find out. I had no idea. What positions did you play in football?
As a kid, I played running back, kick returner, punt returner, and I played corner. But I didn't start at corner. I'm too short.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I was a safety because of my height.
Why was you a safety?
Cause like
who put you there?
Cause I was a good corner, but my height, so I drop back to safety, and I can kind of see a little bit more and do my thing. But I was mostly a wide receiver. I didn't play much defense as we got older because my weight kind of stayed the same. High school. Did you play high school football?
No, I didn't have a 2.0 in high school. I didn't have a 2.0. Until my senior year, I had a 2.0. But that's like the only time I had a 1.7 my whole high school.
Yeah, I had a 1.6.
We were late then.
Yep. Graduated with a 1.67. Actually, I celebrated when I found out I was in the top 200. A lot of people celebrating to be like the valedictorian or like top 5.
Yeah.
Very excited to not fall under 200. But that's crazy. My school didn't have a GPA requirement. That's probably because of all the athletes were like dense, though, not very smart.
Oh, I thought you were saying they were all idiots. That's why you didn't have a requirement.
Yeah, literally. Like, just look at our wrestling team. It was bad. Yeah, that's because we all stop our falls with our heads. As you probably...
This is the problem I have, though. This is the problem I have. You said you was playing safety growing up.
Yeah.
Listen, a white man playing defensive back is the most rare thing in the world.
Well, yeah, but a lot, like, if there's ever, white defensive backs in the NFL are usually safeties. There
you're right.
hasn't been
You're
a
right
white
about that.
corner in forever.
Since '06. Since '06.
He was on the Giants, I think.
He's somewhere. I don't know where he at now.
He probably not playing anymore. You just
Yeah, they gotta put him in the Hall of Fame just because he's a rare breed.
He was good too. He was good, and then like the last white safety I can think of is Eric Weddle.
Eric Weddle was good for a long time too.
Yeah, I looked up to him. He had the beard. Like I looked up to Eric Weddle, white safety.
Wow.
I tried to be him, but I didn't.
Crazy.
I never had the Eric Weddle ability.
Yeah, Eric Weddle's special. That's not like something a normal person could achieve, Swag. You gotta have something.
I got the beard now. So moving forward through youth, you said you had a 1.7 in high school. How was high school? You had a 1.7, so I'm assuming you were a party animal. Did a lot that wasn't educational.
Nah, I was really just a chill dude in high school. Like I wasn't into much at all. It's just with school it would bore me, except English class, because I like English, right? But besides English and gym, it would just bore me. Like I didn't see why I needed to know motherfucking geometry in life. I don't know why. So I just really just didn't do. I just didn't go to math class. I didn't go. I was leaving because I didn't see a point in most of it.
Yeah, that's how it went for me too. High school sucked. And then I got on the weed path. The path of the weed doesn't make you any more smarter, especially as a adolescent.
I was about to say, when did you first start smoking though, Swaggy?
When did I first start? So
yeah.
My first ever time smoking, I was like 14, and I smoked out of a Bud Light can. It was also my first ever time drinking. It was on like a New Year's Eve, and we wanted to party because that's what the adults did. And we were like 14, so we went in like our friend's basement with like 6 of us and like drank like Bud Light limes that we stole from our parents, and then like smoked out of the cans after. And it was the most degenerate thing like ever. And then I stopped smoking until I was like 16, and it was because of wrestling. The entire wrestling team smoked. So after one of our meets, I smoked with the older kids. And then it was all downhill from there. And then the football team, my senior year, we would go to like, we sucked. We won state championships my junior year, and then senior year everybody graduated, and like we were one team, one dream. Wanted to go back to back, but we were too busy going to. We're close to Brown University, so we would always go to Brown University and try to get in the potties. And that's why we did not make playoffs my senior year of football, because we were too focused on brown potties. But that's where weed left. That's where weed brought me. That's the path of pot.
So here's the thing. I know you saying it's because y'all were partying. That's why you sucked. Have you ever thought y'all just wasn't good and it had nothing to do with that?
Our quarterback couldn't see over the offensive line, so
He was like my height.
He was short, bro, and our O line was like tall. They were all seniors, and our quarterback was a sophomore, and he could not see over the offensive line. And all of our wide receivers were seniors. Like no excuse on the wide receiver side. We all had 4 years of high school experience. We were smashing these cornerbacks. Just the QB couldn't see us, and like that's not an excuse either, because our defense was atrocious. We would like allow like 5 tutties a game. It was bad. We were also Division 4. I do have a ring though, so
You should show the camera the ring.
I actually can't find the ring.
How you lose the ring?
It's so depressing. I can't find it.
That's supposed to be an accomplishment, and you just lost it.
Now it's somewhere. Yeah, I'll find it one day. It's somewhere. I needed it for a Madden game the other day because somebody said I had no football skill. I was like, "Do you have a ring? I have a ring."
You supposed to flex the ring, but you don't got it. You can say you have the ring, but it's like Wilt Chamberlain. No one's seen it.
Damn, that is unfortunate. So speaking of Wilt Chamberlain, you're a big basketball fan, right?
Yeah.
Do you also root for the Wizards?
No, I'm a diehard Lakers fan. So the first time I ever watched basketball I was in the Philippines in '03. That's the first time I ever watched basketball. So since then, I've been a Lakers fan because that's the first hint of basketball I ever seen.
So the LA Lakers. So
Diehard Lakers fan.
so how so when it was tough on me, and I'm not even a Lakers fan. I'm a big Celtics fan. The passing of Kobe Bryant, did that hit a lot of sports fans in like a really different way?
Mhm.
How did it hit you being a big Lakers fan?
It didn't even just hit me because I'm a Lakers fan. It hit me more because Kobe's my favorite athlete ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll show you. Look, I'll show you this. This is my. If you could see it, this is my.
Yeah.
It's my lock screen. My lock screen's Kobe, right? Like Kobe to me was a superhero. There's only two people in this world I thought were invincible, couldn't die, and that was my dad and Kobe. Like those are the only two I ever thought. And when Kobe died, it was just weird because we was playing All Star Team Up on 2K using Kobe and Shaq, and then my boy Fat James texted me. I thought he was trolling. Like I really thought he was trolling. Like it just didn't seem real. I seen a TMZ report and I said it got to be hacked. Kobe can't die. That's the way I looked at it.
Yeah, I remember I was bussing no, I was a bartender, and Kobe had passed. It was on the TVs, and I was like, nah, that's
Yeah.
cap. There's no
Yeah.
way they'd report it before anybody else. But it turned out to be a very dark day in sports. But it was also the same day Edge came back in WWE, so it was a dark day. But the Edge returned.
All right, shout out to Edge, Radar Superstar, but fuck that. It's that day. That day was like one of the saddest days ever. Like
It was a bad day.
I didn't like. I was over here on Twitter. Twitter get the news first. I was over here going through Twitter, seeing who else died. Just being nosy. I'm like, this got to be fake. But then more pages started to report that, and I said, Kobe may be gone. Like that's so crazy because if you remember, right, the day before, LeBron had passed him in scoring, and he had just dapped him up at the game. If you remember.
Yeah, literally the day before. And it was crazy because like people of all ages were affected. Because where I was a bartender was like an old people place. And even these people were sad, like coming into the bar, upset about the day. Like it was really tragic to see. And being a Lakers fan for you, I must have been even worse, especially going into it. But now let's talk about the Lakers. How do you feel about LeBron?
Listen, I love LeBron. LeBron's not the problem. And I used to dislike LeBron so much as a kid because, it used to be Kobe versus LeBron. You know how I used to argue Kobe better than LeBron, so I used to hate LeBron as a kid. But as I got older, I grew to appreciate LeBron's greatness. But it's what he's doing at age 39 is unparalleled. Like Michael Jordan on the Wizards was not what LeBron is at this age.
Nah, not at all. I do think he calls it quits soon once he breaks a couple more records, and his son's going to be in the league. I don't know this year or the next year, but his son's coming soon, right? Bronny?
Yeah, here's the thing though about Bronny. Like, I don't know if Bronny's going to be one and done. I like Bronny, but he's coming off that heart situation, and since he's came back, he's averaged like 2 points per game. Or he's not getting many minutes either. So I don't know if he's going to be one and done. He may have to do another year, to be real with you, Swaggy.
Kind of just to see how the heart conditions go and if he
And
can
like
actually
and production, yeah, like production wise, because the numbers he's putting up now, he's not getting in the league even if he's LeBron's son this year.
Yeah, no, that's true. Averaging 2 points ain't pretty. And he's not even. I know he's obviously D1, but he's not on one of the best teams, so they're not.
He's on USC. He's on USC right now.
Oh, okay. So that they don't have the toughest schedule though.
Here's the thing, right? He's not the first, second, third, or fourth option on that team right now. So that's why I think he needs to do another year, just like to recover from the heart surgery and to see where he is basketball-wise, get his confidence back.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I'd like to see him in the league though someday, even if he does have to play another year. So you like basketball? Now let's talk a little bit about football, especially with the Madden craze coming because you have figured out again that you're a Madden guy.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Listen. So I'm always like people know me. I'm this 2K guy that happened to play UFC. Right. So Madden, I threw away Madden a long time ago. I play Madden occasionally, like, right? But I learned the other day, I may be a little better than I think I am, Swaggy.
Yeah, no, those numbers you were putting up against Tony and CX were embarrassing for Tony and CX. And CX is British, and it was still embarrassing for him.
Yeah, but
Um,
he don't know nothing about no football. He know about Lionel Messi. He don't know about no Tom Brady for real. So that's not really that impressive.
yeah, no, I played him the first day he loaded on Madden. He was like, "Bro, what team is Ronaldo on in this?" And I was like, "Brother, he's not here. He's not here." So you mentioned people know you as a 2K guy. Did you start streaming 2K? Is that like how you started on Twitch or?
No, no. I'll tell you how I started on Twitch. I started streaming Brawlhalla. That's what I was doing. I was streaming Brawlhalla for a while, right? Because you know Brawlhalla's like in a certain extent, it's like a niche category where like you can get a lot more viewers because not a lot of people watching it. So that's the way I seen it when I first started. So I went to Brawlhalla, but for me, Brawlhalla wasn't sustainable. It was driving me crazy. I'm tired of playing that dumbass game, right? So then I always played UFC like with friends, but never like seriously. But then UFC is an even smaller category you can grow from, and
Mhm.
I like watching MMA, so I just started streaming UFC, and I seen a little bit of success, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this. But I'm gonna tell you what really made me keep streaming UFC. I don't do it now, but like when I was, uh, when I got that first Sean O'Malley raid, I said, oh yeah, I thought I was him. I thought I was on top of the world. I'm be real, Swaggy. Like no one could tell me nothing. Right? I'm like, damn, I must be doing something right. Let me keep streaming this. Then I kept streaming it. I got a decent amount of support. Then I got a raid from the UFC. And I was like, damn, I must be doing something good. Let me keep streaming this game. But yeah, eventually, I don't know. For me, that's not sustainable for me to keep streaming UFC. Like I was streaming it 6 hours a day, but at the time it was good for me.
Yeah, I used to hear stories about the Sean O'Malley raids. I started streaming UFC 4 a little bit later than everybody else because it was a COVID game. So a lot of people started streaming it like 2020, early 2021, and I was way late to the UFC party because I was on RP and whatnot. But yeah, no, the UFC community, as toxic as people call it, there is a lot of love and support in the UFC community with certain like pillars of peace in the community. You know.
Yeah, so when it comes to the UFC community, it's crazy because I do talk a lot, I guess, right? But I do like the UFC community. Even the weird people, I like it. I feel like it's a balance. Like to a certain extent, like you need them weird people in the community, and you need like you know what I'm saying. I
Yeah,
feel like you need friction in the community in general.
yeah, and there's a lot of that in the UFC community.
Hmm.
But nowadays you haven't really been touching UFC as much. You've been more going back to your old ways of the 2K game and playing Madden and just kind of like hanging with the community, which I see you're doing big things out there.
Here's the thing. This is what I learned. This is what I learned, Swaggy. Like it's okay to be like I like there's some UFC content creators I like, but I learned me being strictly a UFC guy isn't for me. I feel like I'm meant to like I think I'm not trying to be cocky, but I think I can make anything look good. Right? I think I can make anything look kind of fun. Like I can go and just chatting and be cool. And I had to learn that about myself because I thought I just had to stream UFC,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I've been growing a different type of community now that I'm off UFC, and it's really because to me it's a difference between people watching you for your content. Like say I'm just playing UFC, people watching me for that, or people watching me because I'm the content. So if I do anything, if I'm motherfucking I don't even know. Go to a damn swimming pool, they gonna watch me. There's a difference.
JayDime swimming pool stream coming soon. You've heard it here first.
Nah, nah, I got nah, not coming.
But
Don't lie to them like that.
but yeah, no, it takes a lot of us, especially in the UFC realm, to learn that because, like you said, there's a lot of people in the UFC community that are coming just to watch the UFC
Mm-hmm.
content, which I was lucky because I was never, all right, call it luck, call it whatever you want. I was never that talented, so I never had the UFC motherfuckers come in to see the gameplay. You know, because like you're not getting that with me. You're getting yelling, saying this game's trash, and spinning elbows. But with you, you're actually one of the best players in the world in UFC. Like if you applied yourself, you could be a primetime even ESFL champion.
No, I respect all y'all that play that game all the time. I can't. It's not me, so I don't have that in me, right? But like I can just spar people and just chill. But I think it takes a certain level of dedication and hours to, you know what I'm saying? That I'm not willing to put in anymore.
Yeah, no, I kind of just go on the troll now. Like I hover on UFC and I'm done, brains rotted. But you still have love for the community, as every single Saturday people can see you on whatever event Primetime's running. How did you come about getting into the Primetime commentation team?
Okay. So I'm gonna take it back before even that. I'm gonna take it back. So the first opportunity I ever got to commentate was it was my boy Gucci and my boy Shootbox were running a little tournament, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've never commentated before. That was my first time I ever commentated. Then, I used to watch Primetime, right? Just for Humble, cause Humble my boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I used to watch it, right? Just for him, and I used to watch him get his ass beat, him get put through the canvas, all that, right?
Yeah, humble.
So, right, chill on my boy though. So, I'd watch that. I'd watch them commentate, and then Humble asked me one day, "Do I want to commentate in 30 minutes?" I said no, cause why are you asking me to commentate 30 minutes before an event start? I've never done this in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about it. That don't even make sense, right? But I see you got hit me up earlier, so he hit me up the next week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous as hell to commentate.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, like this how you know I was nervous, because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I even brought my nunchucks out because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Right. So, but yeah, and a lot of people said I did a good job, right? But there were some people who said I was ass, but it's cool, right? But from there, that first time, I just kept commentating, and I like it, and I really don't consider myself a commentator. All right, okay, I'm not gonna say what I want to say. I'm gonna word it differently, but I'm not a commentator.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just what's how do I say? I'm just a guy that commentates. Like I think Cyrus is a commentator. I think he's good at it. He says all the right technical things. Like you know what I'm saying? He says all the right stuff. I think I'm a person that happens to commentate. If you know what I'm trying to say.
I know exactly what you're trying to say. And I'm picturing you saying the words in my head. I know exactly what terminology you want to use. However, no, so you're like, I would call you a commentator. I would call you a different kind of commentator. You remind me of like JR from the Monday Night Raw days, or like Jerry the King Lawler. Like you say some outlandish shit sometimes, but it's amazing. Anything that comes out of your mouth in the comms booth is like you started a trend with people saying, "Holy shit, I'm getting my ass kicked. The only thing that can save me is a gun."
Yeah, it's like, a gun. Yeah. Yeah, no, people do say that now. No, it really be that bad. People really get beat up that bad where they need a gun. Where hands don't even work. Like, it gets to that point, Swag, you know.
Yeah, oh, I know. I love being in the booth with you when somebody's getting dog walked. Cause we're just, Cyrus is sitting there trying to be the more play-by-play commentator. Like, nah, he has a chance. And me and you are just like, no, it's fucking over. Like, this man is in the dumps. But I could see you, like saying you're not a commentator is crazy. Cause, like, put you, maybe not necessarily a UFC commentator or a like legit MMA commentator, but I could see you in a realm of like bare knuckle boxing. You would be a great commentator in something like that, or street beefs, or any pro wrestling situation. You would, or even commentating like the match versus me and Romero. As much as it hurt for me to watch, I still get chest pains when I
You
watch the
you
match,
said
but
for you to watch. You the one who felt that. What do you?
I
Okay,
did
okay.
feel it, and I still feel it when I watch it back.
Yeah.
I still know how every single one of those slams felt, but you
Yeah.
you're like a different kind of commentator. Like you're your own kind of commentator. Like nobody can really come in and try to copy the JayDime flow of commentation, and that's why I feel like everybody looks forward to week in and week out of the primetime comms booth.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. I also think it's this too. So I'm gonna say some crazy things sometimes, right? I'm gonna say what I say, and I'm gonna stand on it, whether you like it or not. I'm gonna say it though, Swaggy.
Yeah, no, exactly. You're not scared to speak your mind, and like you'll stand on business, like with CV versus John Africa. I'm rooting on his downfall, and you're just like, no. CV's gonna win. This is how he's gonna do it, and he did. He dog walked John Africa. It was a horrible time for John Africa.
John's really good. No, I gotta give John credit too. John's a really good player, but I like John as a commentator, and I don't like hearing many people commentate, but I like John talk. Like I like hearing him commentate. He's very insightful. I like John. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like him a lot.
Yeah, I like him too. And I like what he does with the WR camp. And I don't want to spend too much time on UFC esports. Did you say damn?
Nah, that's okay.
But one last question. It says you're AKA JayDime on Discord. And I don't know if you're AKA or I saw something the other day that you're WR or like there. Listen, you.
They said AKA. Where they say I was over there? Where I say that?
I'm seeing things.
Who said
on
it
Discord, your name says I'm looking at it right now. It says AKA J. However,
Where does it? Hold on. Where? Hold on. Before we go, hold on. Where? You're lying to me.
when I clicked it.
I'm about to click.
Wait. No.
No. You're
I'm-
bugging.
I'm-
I know what
I'm.
it says.
I'm.
Alan Dimerson, aka JC McGrady.
Yeah,
That's what it says.
That's what it says. That's where I'm confused here. Okay, see, I thought it was the team. I was about to be like, why are you out here claiming camps?
Like the thing is, I can't join a camp because I don't play that game. Like I think I'd be wasting their time at that point. Like to be real, I'd be wasting their time because you want someone in your camp that's not going to compete, that barely plays. Like it just don't make sense.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I wasn't in a camp for a long time, and then Reaper randomly pulled me into STK, and Reaper don't take no for an answer. So now I'm just like kind of sitting in the camp Discord, and it's hysterical because people will ask for spars, and I'll just openly say nah, I'm Gucci. You do you though, But moving forward, so we've talked about your childhood, we've talked about high school, little bit. We've talked about, we've jumped to streaming. Now, walk me through a normal. We will also get to gambling because I know we share interest in gambling. But walk me through a normal day for JayDime.
Okay. It's a normal day that I stream. I'm gonna walk you through it. So, I'll probably wake up, say at 8 a.m. Right? I'll wake up. I'll meditate. I'll literally sit there. I'll meditate. Then the first hour I'm up, I don't use my phone. I don't touch my phone. Don't touch no devices, nothing. So I sit there, eat breakfast, right? Take a shower, brush my teeth, do all that. Then after I'm done, I'll read. I'll read for like 30 minutes. I'll read a book that I had bought. Then after that, then I can touch my phone. The problem is though, I don't touch my phone when I first get up because once you start scrolling on social media, that kind of dictates your day. That dictates everything that goes on. And I don't want that to be like my first impression for the day. So if I just live in my own thoughts, I can just sit there and visualize. It's better than me just being on my phone scrolling, wasting my time.
Okay, yeah, I agree with the phone thing because first thing I do every morning when I wake up at 4 a.m. is look at my Twitter.
I know it's a habit.
It's a bad habit, but I am pretty good at like being productive after going through Twitter. It's just Twitter. Twitter, I just have to check every morning. Because I'll go to bed and then I'll wake up to outlandish, hysterical things in my mentions.
Man, yeah, that's crazy. Here's the thing, right? My Twitter algorithm is fucked up anyway, right? Like, if you know, you know. So I don't even get on there. Like, I get on there to laugh, but a certain part of the night, I cannot get on Twitter. I cannot get on Twitter in the morning because people are horn dogs, and I'm not trying to see that it the whole time. But like before let me finish the rest of my day. I got carried away. Hold on. So, all right, after I do all that, right? By the time I finish all that reading and all, it's lunchtime. I eat my lunch. Then after lunchtime, I get set up for my stream. It works. It leads perfectly into my stream, right? You know, and I start streaming around 1:30 p.m. I'd stream during the day. Then when I'm done streaming, I'll just like go through clips and you know what I'm saying, just see what's good, and then I'll go work out at 8:30, and then like really that's really my day.
You work out every day?
Yeah, since New Year's, yeah. I'm not gonna say I've been working out all the, but yeah, since New Year's. Yeah.
Well, I've always actually wondered that because you have always been like a physically fit guy, or like at least looking like a physically fit guy. Because people would say I look physically fit, but I ain't physically fucking fit. But like that's cool that you have like a set time to work out. Like so is it 7 days a week you do workouts even if it's like short days?
No, it's five. It's five.
Five. Okay.
So I'll rest on Wednesdays and Sundays.
Is that because those are also your days off from stream, or is it just those are your set rest days?
Because, no, those are my set rest days, and Wednesdays is good because since I'm not working out, I can sit there and really just go through content and kind of brainstorm and, you know, because sometimes you need them days, and those are like the 2 days for me because Saturday can't be that day for me because, you know, PT, then I watch UFC. So Wednesday and Sundays are like my day to sit there and brainstorm and just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. And when you say like brainstorm, go through clips and that, are you talking about like for other platforms now?
Yeah.
Are you mainly I know the answer to this, but this is for the people. Are you mainly a Twitch streamer or do you be posting on like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram?
Okay. So so I need to be posting on all of those. That's why I'm clipping all this because I did used to post a little consistently on my TikTok, but as of late I've been backyard bullshitting, right? So yeah, and I need to start posting YouTube shorts. So that's why those days are important to me because I gotta find time to do that.
Yeah, I feel it's very easy to slack on short clips. I've been slacking on short content as of late. I have excuse though. I just got my ass beat.
Yeah, you have a great excuse.
But YouTube is very very important for the Twitch creators because it just gives us like another place to put our content and like bring a whole new set of eyes. You know.
Yeah, I agree with you. And here's the thing. I think just streaming is not enough. Just streaming. I think because you're not going to be in the algorithm, right? I think you have to post on other platforms like TikTok, but I don't think that's the state. I don't think that's good long term wise, but it's good to get yourself out there. The goal is really YouTube, but like you know what I'm saying? And then post on YouTube. Like, I think you need all these other platforms to bring people to your channel on Twitch because if you're just only Twitch streaming, right? How the fuck are they gonna get to your channel?
Yeah, because Twitch is really trash at like giving smaller creators the eyes, and the algorithm's garbage. There's really no way to filter. Playing like smaller games, like both of us mostly do sports games, so like those categories tend to be a bit easier to like sit at the top or even like the middle. But like bigger categories, like you said earlier, you've been in the just chatting pool. Those categories are massive. You got the bikini, you got the bikini bitches, and then you got
oh my gosh,
and then you got like Hassan, and then you got a bunch of random just chatters that be sitting on like 30K. So you kind of got to do your thing, but you've done a very good job at bringing your community to primarily Twitch, which I feel like a lot of people have noticed. You've done a great job of bringing your community primarily to Twitch and like not without the other platforms. So I feel like if you jumped on the other platforms more consistently, it would just skyrocket in growth.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, and I really be feeling like I'm selling myself short just because I'm not active on the other platforms like I should be. But yeah, I need to. I'm not gonna say I'm going to. No, I'm gonna say yeah, I am going to. I'm gonna post on these other platforms. I'm gonna post this week too on them other platforms too.
Yeah, I feel how that's good. That's good. I'm looking forward to that. We'll hold you to it. And it's I understand how it could be tough to like. I suck at this. Like I'll like be like, all right, I'm using these 3 hours to edit videos, and then like I'll do other things for those 3 hours, like make thumbnails or things like that, and I'll just like sit in front because I hate editing. Editing is like my biggest pet peeve. I hate editing. I don't know why people enjoy it. People out there like Zyaf, like, oh, I fucking love editing so much. Stop lying to us. Editing sucks.
Nah, I think he does. I think he like. Here's the thing, right? I think that I may hate editing, but that may be someone else's passion.
Yeah.
Like Zayaf may love editing. You know what I'm saying? Just because I don't like doing that bullshit don't mean, you know what I'm saying, he hates it. Like that's what he likes to do. The same way how I may like to play basketball. You may hate that shit. You feel me? Everything's not for everybody, Swaggy.
I can hit the court. I'm gonna come down and play you in a 1v1 to 21.
You probably beat me.
Yeah, no, I'm beat that ass. I got the height.
I don't know. Like, you know, in that wrestling match, you look like a real short 5'10". Your 5'10" look like 5'8.5".
Listen. I saw somebody try to compare our height on Twitter, and I just blocked them. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, I think you over exaggerated your height a little bit in that match.
Nope. Nope. There's a
Yeah,
part
like-
where we're standing next to each other, and you can tell that I'm 2 inches taller.
No. You're like a half inch taller.
I'm
Like
5'10", he 5'8". I'm a whole 2 inches taller. You know.
right, you looked 5'8.5" when I seen you.
I'll argue that he looked more like 160 all muscle than 145. But you know, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the height here.
Yeah. Yeah, keep going.
So where we share a very common interest in gambling.
Okay.
I often call myself a degenerate gambler, as to
You
where
ain't seen nothing yet.
When sports closed down in COVID, like March to April, I was betting on weather.
He said betting on weather.
And I was hitting. It snowed down south one time, and I made some money. The world was just ending, so betting on weather was crazy. However, who you got in the Super Bowl?
Okay. This is what I'm gonna say. This is like I didn't say this about a million times too. The 49ers got to play against the Chiefs and the league, right? Because like I said, I'm so serious too. Taylor Swift brought in how many millions?
A lot.
Over 330 million to the NFL. You gotta think about storyline sell. Imagine they win, right? The Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, and it brings in more money for the league. So that's why I said the 49ers got to play against the league and the Kansas City Swifties. They got to play everybody at that point. But it's tough. I can't go against Patrick Mahomes. But I want the 49ers to win. But if I'm putting my money up, I'm putting my money up on the Chiefs. And they're a slight underdog, if I'm not mistaken, right now on FanDuel.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit of a slight underdog. I'm more of a prop better when it comes to Super Bowls. I I bet on coin toss every year. Tails never fails. Gatorade color last year, but I don't usually touch that. And then I just try to go on heavy same game parlays, because the prop bets are immaculate for Super Bowl Sunday. That is what sells me on gambling. I gamble all NFL all year just to get to prop bet Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, I'm for sure taking Travis Kelce on receiving yards for certain. There's I'm gonna tell you, like, when I get off, I'm gonna tell you a place I'm gonna make. But yeah, I'm gonna for sure make a Super Bowl bet for certain, and I'm gonna hit for certain.
Yeah, no, I feel like the gambling is very, especially especially early on in my gambling career, I used to just I was stupid with parlays, big underdog parlays, but now I'm very smart as to where if I know it's gonna hit, I'll put a good amount of money on it and I'll do like a single. But like if it's a risky parlay, I won't do much money and I might not even run it.
Yeah. But here's the thing with gambling, right? When you bet on somebody, they like forget how to do everything right. Like they start running like they got 2 left feet. Like they start doing everything wrong. Like I'll give you an example. I bet on Giannis Antetokounmpo getting 10 rebounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
He don't he got my heart racing. He don't get his 10th rebound to the end of the game. Every other game he want to have like 17 rebounds. That's just how it goes.
During the divisional round of the playoffs, I bet the over on Travis Kelce receptions, which was 5.5, and he had 5. And
exactly.
he was averaging way more than 5 leading up to that, and I was like, that's easy fucking money. And he only had 5.
It'd be a trap. It'd be a trap sometimes. So last year, I bet on this is where they get you. I was on FanDuel. The odds were crazy. It was like plus 1,000 for Justin Jefferson being the leading receiver in the game. I'm like, that's easy, right? It's it's Vikings versus Packers. Jair Alexander is good. He had just got cooked the last time they played. Man, Justin Jefferson, he put him in prison. He couldn't do nothing. When I put my money up, he don't know how to play football anymore. But that's the risk you take though. But I don't know. I think sometimes I have a bad gambling habit. I don't know.
I've been able to hold it more better, but like for example, the year the Bengals went to the Super Bowl, they were in the conference championship against the Chiefs, and they made me a lot of money in the divisional round. So I was all in. But then they started losing. They were down bad at halftime, plus 1,100. My boys were like, get out, put everything you have left on the Chiefs. And I was like, fuck off. I'm putting everything I have left on the fucking
play them
Bengals.
Numbers. Yeah, in case they come back.
And they came back.
Mm-hmm.
And
gotta see it through.
I was rich until they didn't win in the Super Bowl.
How much you bet on that?
So I won off of my last bet because I put as the odds went up from 1,100, I think it maxed 14, but I had my eyes on it. Every time it went up 100, I put more money down, and so I hit 400 on that, particularly going up on those odds, and I put all 400 on the Bengals to win the Super Bowl, and that was money. And I lost, and I was fucking pissed. I was mad all week because I should have just taken my winnings and fucking went and bought something nice, and instead I was like, let's get more winnings.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, you when it comes to betting, you have to be offensive, you have to be aggressive, right, but you got to know when to stop, right, you got to know when to be defensive responsible. Like, say I won 500 off something, right? I used to just go and put that 500 back on something else, but I got to know when to stop, and that's something I had to learn, right? Because you have to it has to be a balance.
It comes with age. I feel like as I've gotten older, I've realized. And bills, the more bills I have, I'm like, all right, maybe let's take this 500 and put it to the phone bill. Let's not put it on the Bengals to win the whole thing. That's something I wouldn't do now, but back then I was just like, fuck it. Money.
Yeah, but there's also there's some bets that are like sweet money, like betting on Caitlin Clark from Iowa, right? She's the best female hooper I've seen in my life. I promise you she is. I've never seen no female hooper that good in my life. So last year, I don't know if you watch women's basketball. She's carrying women's basketball, her and Angel Reese. But last year for Iowa, they went against South Carolina. They was like the big underdog because South Carolina hadn't lost in 2 years, right? And it was a 2-leg parlay. It was the Lakers beating the Timberwolves, and it was Iowa beating South Carolina. I know South Carolina the big favorite. That's cool. But I know that Caitlin Clark, the best female I've ever seen touch a basketball. So yeah, that was easy money. That was 50 to make cool 500. Like that's when I knew Caitlin Clark was the one. I watched all the Iowa games. I'm about to buy a jersey.
A Caitlin Clark jersey.
Yes,
That's
I'm so
crazy.
serious. I'm not joking either.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I remember back in the day, my uncle. This is why I'm such a big Tim Tebow fan. He made so much
Oh
money
man.
on the Florida Gators back in the day, and
Mhm.
like had like all this Tim Tebow merch.
Mhm.
And I have a Tim Tebow Denver Broncos poster on my wall, like a massive Tim Tebow fan. I still root for Tim
Uh-huh.
Tebow, even though
Yeah.
he should never touch football again. Uh, but like betting on college is different when you know what's good, when you actually watch the games. I don't watch
Yeah.
any college sports except wrestling, but I wish you could bet on college wrestling. There's just not enough people are interested.
You got to start watching college women's basketball. That's what you need to start watching. No, not WNBA right now, but I'm talking about you need to just like just watch a Caitlin Clark game. Like,
WNBA will be
listen,
fire when she gets there.
yeah, listen, she's pulling from the parking lot. She's casually pulling from half court. I ain't never see. Listen, she's the one. She's not the two. She's the one.
That's crazy. So actually, you said she's not the two, not the one. That brings me to my next topic. The
Okay.
last topic. Um,
Okay.
do you WrestleMania? I know
Okay.
you're a low key WWE fan. You low key watch in the shadows. You think Cody Rhodes is gonna finish the story, or is The Rock just gonna step in and fuck it all up?
It would only be right if Cody Rhodes finishes the story. I've been rooting for Cody Rhodes since he came back. Like I want him to be at the top. I want him to be the face. To be honest with you, I want him to be like the face. Cause like that's what I need to happen.
He should be, especially
Yes.
like he's the guy right now. He's the
Hmm.
needle mover. Like
Yes.
he's doing things that are like unseen,
Hmm.
and The Rock just stepped in and was like, "No, sir." I do believe it's deeper than that. I do believe CM Punk's injury has like, a,
Yeah, that sucks.
yeah, him tearing the triceps has like a big like impact on this, and the reason why he's not main eventing against Seth, rather, he's gonna main event against Cody, which is stupid because we've seen that so many times. I don't want to see it again. I'd rather see Cody versus Gunther.
Man, here's the thing about CM Punk. I was so happy when he got back to the WWE because like we needed that, right? Like
Mhm.
you know that first entrance, I was so happy.
Mhm.
He said it's clobbering time, you know the vibes. Like I was so happy to have CM Punk back. It felt like my childhood again. I even went and watched Monday Night Raw, the first one back too, because Randy Orton returned too that day. CM Punk returned, right? So I was so happy for him to tear his triceps. Then he already old. It may be time to hang it up. Put him in a commentary booth with me.
That would be a beautiful thing, you and CM Punk. And yeah, no, that week was amazing because SmackDown came to
Mhm.
Providence, so I actually got to see him cut
Uh-huh.
a promo live, uh, and which was incredible. But I don't think he's too old. I think
Man.
he can still wrestle his balls off. I think it was just kind of more he was doing too much leading up to it because he was working with the NXT guys a lot. But that's
Mhm.
something he was excited for because in AEW the young guys didn't listen to him, and that was a big problem. Like with him like leaving because the young guys wanted nothing to do with CM Punk's teachings and shit like that.
Mhm.
But I mean, if we get a Rock versus Roman WrestleMania main event, I guess that's not terrible. I
Man.
wanted it
Okay.
last year, but then they started the Cody story, and
Mhm.
I couldn't take my eyes off of it because Cody is that guy, and like it gets deeper because Jay versus Jimmy, and like Cody is the reason Jay is back in the WWE,
Mhm.
and then I Solo's got some weird shit going on. I don't know. Cody should finish the story, but I also feel like they could be working us.
Okay, so if you know me, I dislike Roman Reigns. I'm gonna be real, right?
Why?
Listen, no, I liked Roman Reigns when he was with the Shield, right? But this is what I think. soon as they try to make him the man, I don't think he has the it factor. I think they're forcing it. I think they done shove Roman Reigns down our throat, pause, right? I think that's what they done did, right? To a point where we have to accept him as the man. Like, whether he the man or not, they forced it. Like, it's not natural. Like, you know how with Shawn Michaels, he naturally had the it factor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's certain people that have it. I didn't think Roman Reigns had it. I think it was manufactured. But he's really good though. I just don't like how they make him this unbeatable force. I don't like that.
They've been forcing Roman Reigns on the people since like the Big Dog arc, and that's like, I feel like people, that was when WWE was at its worst television. That was at its lowest point. That shit was horrible. I was not watching between those years, but then the competitive edge on TV made it get better, and I do kind of like the tribal chief like angle, and I think he's amazing on the mic. His aura is untouchable, but it took time for people to accept him and acknowledge him as well, because nobody was cheering for the Big Dog, and he was a babyface. But now people are like literally bowing down for the tribal chief, who's a massive heel.
Yeah, no, I like the tribal chief Roman Reigns. I hate to admit that, but I do. It's just the way they forced him to be the man, and it's just now it's cool with the tribal chief, but like that Big Dog era was so annoying, Swaggy.
No, it was horrible, and I often see that the promo between him and John Cena going around, where John Cena's like, it's called a promo, kid. You're gonna have to learn one if you want to be the face of the company, and John Cena's known for cooking people on the mic that aren't ready, though.
Mm-hmm.
And Roman was not ready. But when he was last on the mic with John, he was cooking John. He cooked the shit out of John Cena. He mentioned his hairline. He mentioned his age. He came at the TV, like, came at everything about John Cena. I think Roman's incredible on the mic now. But The Rock is washed.
Oh, man, wash like some clean laundry.
Yeah, brother. I do not. He's a shell of himself. Like, he's an old Dwayne Johnson trying to cosplay as The Rock, and it's so clear to see.
Yeah, man, his eyebrow don't even raise like that anymore. And then here's the thing with The Rock. I think The Rock is one of the best on the mic ever, but I think it's not the same no more. Like, he don't have it. Like, every time The Rock make an appearance, we're supposed to be, it's The Rock. Man, I'm tired of him. It's time for him to be in a retirement home too. I don't care about him showing up. Like, the last decent thing he did in the WWE was what? What was it, Swaggy? I want to know what you think it was.
I mean, his match with John Cena wasn't that good. Like, back at Mania, I've actually go and rewatched that. It was not good. His match with Punk wasn't terrible, but like, other than that, he hasn't had something great since like his Hulk Hogan match.
Man.
And even that match was god awful because Hulk Hogan was too old.
Oh my goodness! Do not get me started on Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan has the worst finishing move of all time.
The leg drop?
That leg drop is ass. That shit's garbage.
No, but it is garbage, but it's funny. So I had an RP character named Bulk Bogan, and I would go around leg dropping people. And it was hysterical in GTA RP, but when you put it in a pro wrestling ring, it is garbage. It is garbage.
Listen, it's bad. So here's the thing, right? If I was the person he's leg dropping, right, I'd say fuck the script. I'm kicking out. That shit is ass. I'm kicking out just because it's ass. That's bad finisher.
It's
like, but yeah, it's garbage.
No, it's bad, and it's actually embarrassingly funny how like he pinned people with that move all the time. But
come on.
If you know, you know. Hulk Hogan was horrible to deal with on the creative side, especially in WCW, because they had it in his contract that he always had creative control. So he never wanted to lose. He never put younger talent over, and he pinned people like when he pinned Kevin Nash with the poke of death. He just poked him in the chest. Kevin Nash fell down, and he pinned him.
Oh my god! So here's the thing. Do you remember this about Hulk Hogan too? Do you remember when he was supposed to beat Shawn Michaels? You probably seen that clip. I could show it to you on my stream too, or I could send it to you. Right?
Mhm.
It's a clip of Shawn Michaels just over exaggerating everything. It's the greatest thing ever. Like, he made that Hulk Hogan match the worst match possible on purpose, and I used
Oh,
to laugh at that every
yes,
time.
I remember
That is the
that.
greatest. Some of the greatest clips I've ever
Yes,
seen.
because he was overselling everything for him.
Yes, that shit is hilarious.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels had to deal with some shit in his career. Like, he had to go through the Bret Hart thing. He had to go through Hulk Hogan. He had to deal with Stone Cold multiple times. Who, Stone Cold at a certain point, he was mostly always a joy to work with. But at a certain point, just for a little bit in his career, Stone Cold was kind of a cancer in the locker room. Where, like, Stone Cold was like, no, my character is this, my character is that. But he overcame, and now he's joyful Stone Cold again. But Shawn Michaels always had to deal with some kind of terror in the locker room.
Yeah, and I think, like, let me give Shawn Michaels his credit. He's the best in-ring performer to me, and he has the greatest nicknames ever. He has some of the greatest nicknames. Like, they took their time with his nicknames. I'm gonna say all of them off the top that I remember. Here we go. The Heartbreak Kid, the Showstopper, the Main Event, Mr. WrestleMania. Like, those are the greatest nicknames ever, Swaggy.
Yeah, nah, Shawn Michaels is a lot of people's, like, favorite wrestler of all time.
Cool.
He's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I unfortunately watched him, I feel like, too late in his career. He still had some bangers, like the Undertaker matches.
That's the greatest match I ever seen. Him versus Undertaker, WrestleMania 25. Best matches.
26
I love
was,
that match.
26 was better. The second match?
Which one was 26 the one where he came out with the all white, like he was the anti?
Yeah. Yes.
That's the good one. That's the good one.
26 was the one that he lost the Rumble. So, like, the entire build-up, he quit. He sweet chin music that girl while he was a cook.
He forced Undertaker to, like, fight him again. I remember that.
Yeah, he sweet chinned Teddy Long in the locker room. Like Shawn was a mess.
He was on a rampage.
Yes,
yeah, I remember.
Yes, because he had to face Undertaker, and then it was the retirement match, and then I remember him versus Ric Flair when he made Rick retire.
Yeah.
That
he may have actually kicked him. All right. He may have actually kicked him that time.
No, he definitely did. Ric Flair's a menace. Ric Flair needs to just call it quits and never show his face again.
Dang, why dang?
Ric Flair is a dog. Ric Flair does not deserve any TV time. But then I remember the Iron Man match, of course, with him and John Cena, Shawn Michaels. 60 minutes. That was like my match that got me into. I love John Cena. John Cena is my favorite wrestler ever.
Wow, man, that's crazy. You know what? You know who's my favorite wrestler ever? You should know this.
Undertaker. No?
No.
You dressed up as Undertaker. I don't know.
Yeah, I did dress up as Undertaker. Yeah, I did. But that's not my favorite.
Shawn Michaels.
Nah, he's in my top 5 though.
The Rock?
No. It's my favorite. You want me to tell you who my favorite wrestler is ever?
Yeah.
Jeffrey Nero Hardy.
Jeff Hardy?
Yes, that's my favorite ever. I still have a Hardy Boys poster in my room. Like he's my favorite. To me, he was like the blueprint. Like I still watch like Jeff Hardy entrance videos before I start stream, just to get me hyped. Because to me, Jeff Hardy was like a rock star. Like he was like a rock star almost. Like I don't know. Everyone loved Jeff Hardy. He's just like my favorite.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy had like a different way of going about wrestling too. That was just like revolutionary for like the sport. And it was too bad that he like ruined his career, especially like early on. I was actually on stream like a couple weeks ago. I was going over like the TNA Road to Victory with him and Sting when he came out all drugged up, and Sting just actually fucked him up and then pinned him. And Jeff couldn't do anything about it. But like Jeff seems to be good now in AEW. I know a couple years ago he had a DUI.
Man, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to see that no more though. I think I want Jeff to retire, but I love Jeff Hardy to death. Like when he won the title in that triple threat match versus Edge and Triple H at Armageddon, it seemed like he finally overcame the hump and he got the WWE Championship. I thought I won. And then I remember on SmackDown, the entrance he had, like, man, I thought I won at that point. Like, Jeff Hardy, that's, to me, that's my GOAT. He's not the GOAT, but, like, to me, Jeff Hardy, that's him. That's the man right there. It's a rock star.
Yeah, I remember when the Hardy Boys returned at Mania. Like, I think
I do. Yeah, they were introduced by
the New Day.
Xavier. Yeah, Xavier was
Big
Kofi
E
Kingston,
and
Big E
Kofi.
Langston. Yeah. I forgot the name of their tag team. That's why I named all three of them.
Yeah, New Day.
Yeah,
Big
New
E's
Day.
still hurt. Hopefully Big E comes back soon. I love Kofi though. I grew up on Kofi.
Yeah, when we thought he was Jamaican.
Yeah, Jamaican accent Kofi. And
Yeah,
CM
that's
Punk,
crazy.
CM Punk, like when he saw him recently, said something about that, and Kofi was like, "Nah, I don't do that no more."
Man, they had him cosplaying as a Jamaican man. What was Vince thinking? Like, first of all, the only reason they had him cosplay as a Jamaican man is they found a black man with dreads. That's what happened. That's literally what happened. And I thought he was Jamaican growing up.
The
And it,
amount of
yeah.
racist shit Vince had on television.
Oh my! I can name some.
Do you
I can
remember-
name some?
Do you remember the Mexicools?
See, that's what I was about to name. They came out with the weed whackers and all. Man, they came out the leaf blowers. That's what I was about to get into. The Mexicools. How racist. Like, come on. He really put the Mexican stereotype. And he put it on TV. Like, it was cool. Like, do you know how fucked up Vince really is?
There's like not a hell hot enough for Vince
Yeah.
McMahon. Like,
No, he's horrible. He is very horrible. Then, rest in peace to Shad, too. But remember when they had JTG and Shad, right? It was
yeah,
prime time, right? Listen, he had them be the blacks. They're the black stereotype. Like, he is so crazy. There's a lot of stereotypes he was pushing. Like,
that
Vince
shit was
McMahon
racist
is
as
horrible.
fuck too. Yeah.
No, that's very, like, they made them purposely thugs. They probably good dudes too. He purposely made them as thugs. He made them sell stolen DVDs. Like, he had them just like, do you know how crazy Vince is? It's worse now.
He used to come out in the do-rag and shit too.
Oh my man. Listen, and you know what's crazy about this Vince thing? I think more is going to come out too. You ain't seen none yet.
I think that's why they're so scared. And like Brock is gone, Vince is gone, they're all gone. Like TKO is slowly getting rid of everybody, and I feel like if anybody else like has shit come out, like if Triple H
Yeah.
has shit come out,
Uh-huh.
like he donezo.
Oh.
It's like
Oh,
rats.
oh, he's done. Oh, he's done. Yeah, like they had
They're not taking any chances.
Yeah, like when I read that Vince shit, like, you know what I'm saying, it sounded disgusting, but I wasn't surprised, but I'm like, damn, Vince. But then I seen John Laurinaitis' name in it. I'm like, damn, I forgot John Laurinaitis existed. I haven't seen him since he was a GM getting bullied. That's the last time I seen him.
Yep.
But yeah, it was good. Yeah, I think it's gonna get worse. Like, I think more names gonna come out. Like I said, there's a lot of weird people. You know what I'm saying? What happens in the dark gonna come to the light, Swaggy.
Yeah, nah, for sure. I'm happy it's finally all coming to light now because Vince shouldn't have. It's probably worse, especially like leading forward, like the early 2000s. That was only in 2020. Like, imagine what he did in like early 2010s, early 2000s, the 90s. Like, WWE's been around forever.
Oh yeah, we haven't. Listen, if we're only talking about 2020, which is what's coming out, imagine the stuff that was going on in the early 2000s.
Like, lock that man up, get him out of here. He's like 80 something. He old as hell too. Like, just get him gone.
Yeah, it's over for that boy. It's over for Vince. All right, that's crazy.
But all right, Jay, we've been going for a long time. I appreciate you stopping by for the first episode of the podcast. I feel like I couldn't have had a better guest for the first episode.
Man, I appreciate you for having me, man. Honestly, Swaggy, that means a lot to me.
Absolutely. And we will see y'all on the next one. Peace.